So today is the next installment in a series of interviews with great agents working both in Canada and the US. Today I'm talking to my friend, whom I've met at the Mike Ferry conference about 3 years ago, quite by chance. We started talking about books. Then the conversation continued. We kept in touch, started role playing together, participating in the same masterminds. And this great agent is servicing a small community just about an hour east of Toronto. His name is Ari Zeider, and I'll let him talk a bit more as we continue with the conversation. Ari, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me, Vlad.
Absolutely. So Ari, first thing I wanted to ask you is what communities do you actually service?
Well, the communities that I actually service is the Kawartha Lakes. So we'll say it's a good hour and 20, hour and a half, depending on how you're driving east of the city of Toronto. It would be closer to a town called Peterborough, which is population. Peterborough is probably 150, 200,000 people. And the town that I'm in, town of, we'll say, 35 to 40,000 people in the town of Lindsay.
So it certainly qualifies as a small community. And what would you say about the price ranges within your market?
Within my market, I would say the price range, we just had the numbers recently from April. We're at 393 on average, 393,000, and that's up 3% from where we were last year.
Right. So with that number, it's almost 1/3 of what we're seeing as an average price point in Toronto. Would you agree?
Oh, definitely. You bet.
Okay. So you have to get through a lot of listings really to provide you with the income that you expect year over year. And also, I guess money goes a lot further in Lindsay than they are in Toronto.
Oh, you bet. The house that I always say that the house that we're living in, I always keep an eye on the market. What it would sell for anywhere from $499 in the Kawartha Lakes. A house like this in even Richmond Hill is double that, like 800 to 900,000. And closer you go to Toronto, yeah. So you're right.
Quite.
Absolutely.
Quite incredible. So, Ari, in terms of demographic that you service, what would you say it is?
The demographics, geez, it's a mixed bag here. Okay, we have a really wild community because this is more of cottage country, if you will. So we have a lot of people who are selling cottages, waterfront communities. We have a lot of retirement people come out here. They sell out in Durham and come to the Kawarthas, buy themselves a house, a cottage, and a boat. We also have young professionals who are doing the drive from the Kawartha Lakes to the city. So are doing like an hour and a half, 2 hour drive and living the dream. So it's a real mix of all the people we get to work with.
Yeah. Just like in the largest city, you experiencing the same differences in demographic as we are experiencing here in Toronto. All right, next thing I wanted to ask you is what would you say the main sources of business that you generate are for you over the course of a year?
The main sources of business.
Where does your business come from?
Okay, well, that's a great question. I'm a proactive agent. I mean, it comes from first and foremost centers of influences. You know, people that I've met, people that like me, know me, and trust me. Past clients, I constantly contact them, see if they know of anyone that I can help out. I dig into for sale by owners. You know, for sale by owners is a very powerful business for me as something that I'm pretty good at with regards to approaching them and seeing if I could be of service. Expireds. I mean, expireds is something that a lot of people don't want to do or not allowed to do. And, it's just how do we approach these people? I find them a very rich source of people that have to sell. At the end of the day, I even go for landlords, and this is also a college town. So we look for landlords and people that are had enough with tenants to put it on the market and sell. I've been pretty successful at that as well.
Wow, big variety. And what would you say? Actually, let me ask you something else. You mentioned that a lot of the business that you do comes from your sphere, your database, right? Your sphere and your past clients. How long have you been in the business that allowed you to build a database large enough that majority of the business that you receive comes from that business source, or from those two business sources, Sphere and your past clients?
Oh, that's a great question. And I would say I've been in the business for 15 years now. And with regards to, the database, it's still growing, right? I mean, it's always a challenge for me to look at the database, see if I haven't talked to these people in a while, and approach them. So a lot of my business, I would say on average, from last year, 10%. A good 10% came from the database.
From the database.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. By the way, while on the topic, it's interesting. I'm part of the East Coast role playing group, and of course you know that. And I speak with a variety of agents from the United States. Some of them are saying that up to 50% of their business comes from their database. And I'm wondering, maybe there are differences in definitions in terms of what the database is, because I know you're very energetic and want to say almost prolific, like agent that generates a lot of business in your small community. And what do you consider to be your database? How do you define that?
How do I define my database? I mean, people that know me, like I said, know me, like me, and trust me. Some people that I have good feelings with. Some people that we've connected somehow, that I've helped out or know me on a first name basis, but may need my help. Now, it's not just real estate. I try to be a one-stop shop, which gives me permission to call them. For example, I've called my past clients. They've been in their home for 2 years, and now I'm actually calling if they're looking for a painter, if they're looking for a carpenter, if they're looking for anything that I can help out with. So I'm trying to be a one-stop source for not just real estate needs, but also your community helper.
Okay, so in essence, anyone who not only knows you on a first name basis, but also recognizes you as someone whom they can trust, and also someone who can provide them with services that are outside of the immediate real estate sphere, right? That's your definition of a database.
I think, yeah, absolutely. Somebody that I don't mind calling and seeing if I could be of service. I don't mind. And if they're in my database and I don't want to call them, they're most likely going to be out in the next couple of weeks because if I can't call them, they're no good to me.
Okay, gotcha. Ari, tell me, in terms of the number of transactions that you generate every year, what was the number that you managed to achieve last year in 2018?
I actually hit one of my highest goals, 32. I did 32. I've been waving on the 2025 for the past, forever. And last year, I had my best year ever, and it's just going to move forward from there. So 32 deals. Sorry?
Incredible. And just for the record as well, this is not an easy market in the GTA. There is a ton of agents competing for a very limited number of listings that are available, and 32 transactions in the small community. The market that has been declining really steadily over the past 2 years. It's kind of flattening out at this point. Is an incredible result. And what is the ratio of the sellers that you work with versus the buyers?
Last year, I would say was 70-30. I think the majority was through listings that I've generated, and 30% were either from those listings that had to buy, or again, back to my centers of influences that people have referred me, friends and family who may be interested in buying in the community. So it's been that I'm not proactively approaching the buyers, but if they're come, I will help them. I will service them.
And it works out to be at approximately 30%, 30 to 70, 70 for listings, 30 for buyers. Okay. I understand. So we're talking about some statistics, obviously, and this is definitely of interest not only to me, but also to people listening. So next thing I wanted to ask you, in the same vein, is when you go to a listing appointment, what is the ratio of listings taken, right, with signatures, paperwork signed, versus appointments attended?
That's a great question. According to my numbers, I'm just looking at them right here, they were, last year was 82%. So 82% of the appointments I went on decided to work with me in getting their home on the market and ultimately getting it sold.
Incredible. So you're definitely at the higher end of the spectrum on this one, because an average agent, based on the statistics from National Association of Realtors, is only closing in about 25% of appointments that they go to.
Yeah.
Right? And your number is more than 3 times higher than the average.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Great.
It helps.
Great result. Look, in Mike Ferry coaching, and you probably remember that very well as well, they're talking about achieving the ratio of approximately 75%, which is something that a lot of Mike Ferry coached agents are striving for, and you beat that number.
And it's hard work. It's a lot of work. Like they always say, we're always looking for the magic pill. Well, I'm still looking for the magic pill, and I haven't found it yet. So since it's not there, we have to do what we have to do, and that's getting on the phones, speaking to as many people as we can, and ultimately asking for the business.
Yeah, exactly. Good pre-qualification is very important. How you deliver your listing presentation is absolutely key, and your persistence ultimately, right, when the time comes to close, and how elegantly you can do this without being pushy, all coming into play, and really allow you to show the number that is that high. I'm truly impressed.
Well, thank you.
Now, you've signed them up, you put the listing up for sale, you do everything that you normally do to promote the listing. How many listings do you get sold out of 100%? So what percentage of your listings actually expire?
It's becoming a bit of a different market right now. As of last year, according to my numbers again, the ones that expire, I'm just going to see from the 32 that I did put together, expired. We've had two actually expired out of 32.
Okay, so you were in the high 90% range of selling the listings that you take up for sale.
Yes.
Okay, that's also very, very good, because in Toronto the numbers vary greatly, and they started somewhere around 50%, believe it or not. Right? So a lot of listings for agents that do not know their craft, they expire, unfortunately, and that of course hits the sellers real hard. At the same time, provides opportunities for other agents that have more skill, right?
Absolutely.
And that's where people like you come in.
And that's the key. They are frustrated, but they still want to sell, and just working with their frustration to getting results. That's
exactly.
That's the key with expireds.
So Ari, to achieve the results that you're achieving, are you doing everything on your own, or do you actually run a team? Do you have an assistant? So what sort of a setup do you have that's helping you run your business?
Okay. My schedule. I have I try to make it as tight as I can. I do not feel I'm at the point to hire an administration staff, because things are still well within balance.
Right.
Mind you, I do tell my clients that I do work as a team. What do I mean by a team? I've got an admin staff. I've got marketing. I've got lawyers. I've got home inspectors. I've got everything that has to be done in order to make this transaction happen, except for one thing, and that's you. So why don't you sign the contract and come join the team? So that's really my idea of working with a team right there. We have, having all this network that we have to at the end result, helping the clients out. Okay.
Great. Fair enough. So if you on your own for the time being, and that begs the question, you mentioned in the very beginning of your answer that the discipline of how you're structuring your day is absolutely key. So how is your day structured? What do you do? How many hours do you prospect? What time do you start? And also, do you call your prospects? Do you door knock? How do you lead generate? What are the practices that you use every day?
Love it. Start off 5:30. I wake up. 5:30 I wake up.
Yeah, right on.
I go to the gym. My first thing is just to get energized, get fired up. So I'm home by. I am the person that takes care of the kids during the day. So for all the dads out there, we're working moms. I'm the dad right there that has to go out there and make the kids breakfast, make their lunches. So as I'm doing that, as I come home from the gym, I have my audiobooks, and as I'm listening, I'm cleaning the kitchen, doing what I have to do, get everybody prepared. 7:30 rolls around, I'm on the phones role playing. So I'm role playing from 7:30 to 8. So from there,
that's happening. Just wanted a quick clarification. That's happening Monday through Friday for you.
Monday through Friday, religious.
Okay.
You bet.
7:30 to 8, Monday through Friday. Great.
Always.
Then what happens?
From there, shower up, get myself ready, load the kids in. I'm in the office by 8:45, 8:30, 8:45. I'm in the office. From there, I've got my accountability call. I've got a partner that I call and just say, I'm at the office. I'm here. I'm going to get to work. I owe you an appointment. So we make a commitment right then that I'm going to get that appointment. Some of my morning routines also consist of, to psych myself up, I played the song from Top Gun, the introduction. So kind of getting everything geared up. As the song's going on, I have my numbers already set up from the day before. I have my list already ready, so I know exactly who I need to call to get the ball rolling. So from 9 to 12, guess what? I'm on the phones. I use Google Hangouts to see what other agents are doing. We prospect together. So keep us motivated, because really in your office, not many people are doing it. In my office, no one is.
Interesting. Tell me more about that last part, that you use Google Hangouts to actually establish a video link with other agents. Did I understand you correctly?
Absolutely. We have I think it's so important to have a community of agents like-minded, people that want to do business, people that are doing more than I am. These are the people that inspire me to move forward. And we have anywhere from 3 to 5 people on the Hangouts, and listen to them prospect. And we call each other out. Like somebody's just twiddling their thumbs, we call them out. Or the best part is, wow, what a close. Good job. Oh, I love them, and we hear them doing that, which makes me want to make it, my turn. So I get to go on the phone as well. So it just, again, you build this community of winners that we need to surround ourselves with in order to carry on doing what we're doing.
Love that. I love that. Ari, and tell me, in your opinion,
yes,
and of course this is the question that you have to answer every time you go to a listing appointment, and I want to hear this answer from you, since we're not in a listing appointment, but I'm really curious. What differentiates you, in your opinion, from anybody else that's operating in your marketplace? How do you position yourself?
How do I position myself? It's through my track record. I think all agents, a lot of people, they when you go in, they think that all real estate agents do the same thing, and it's just showing them that you're not. My days on the market are a lot lower than the average agent. That's how I distinguish myself. That is the value add that I have. My list to sale ratio is anywhere from list to my list to sale. I believe it's like 80. Well, from what I said 82. So it's like 82% from my list to that's appointments to set.
Yeah. No, your list to sell ratio is approximately 97%, actually, based on the numbers you were giving me previously.
Okay, perfect. Well, they're anywhere between 97 to 103% is from last year.
So, I'm sorry. You're talking about prices.
That's prices. 97 is the prices.
Okay, I understand.
Okay. So with regards to what I list to sell, we spoke about that. I think it was.
Yeah, we've discussed that for sure.
Okay, and it's just all this is what I do. My suit. Okay, pardon me, I'm not wearing a suit today, but my wearing a suit and a tie every day to work. It's something that again shows that I am a professional. I stand out in this community. We have a lot of people that wear the jam shorts, wear the open collars. Hey, why wouldn't you list with me? I'm the waterfront guy, right? But it's not. Yeah, exactly. But but when you come in there and you're asking, for your commission, they want to see a professional, and that's how I stand out. I distinguish myself by being a professional.
Exactly. Well, great answer. Ari, tell me, you do a lot of role playing. You do this at least 5 times a week, right? In the morning, every time. We role play with you once a week. You probably have a few other partners with whom you role play
in the afternoons.
In the afternoons as well.
Absolutely.
So how important is that practice to you as an individual, right? And to your business, you feel? Does it further your career and your ability to acquire clients, feel at ease at listing appointments, talk to your prospects on the phone in a more efficient way, and actually get in front of people? How does it help you?
Absolutely. I mean, the way it helps me through all this role playing is that I realize this is an image business. And if you have all the answers, if you have all that they have, I'm a professional actor. I mean, that's really what it is. This is what they want to hire. I perform when I'm at the home. It's a performance. It's an exciting, energetic performance. And I'm at the door. It's the same thing. It's the enthusiasm mixed with knowing what to say and how to say it. You can't lose. You just can't. It just makes everything so much easier.
Yeah, that's, you know what, that's a great answer. It adds a lot of value and it really trains you, interestingly enough, as an actor through daily practice. You know, that begs another question. I had a hang up when I just started, and I just wanted to see how you can, or whether you can relate to that.
Sure.
In that, when the time came to prospect over the weekend, say Saturday or Sunday, I wouldn't normally go to the office. I would prospect out of the house, right? And I felt as I was increasing and improving my skills, right? I felt a bit apprehensive doing this in front of my family, right? And I've noticed that it's not, or rather only in the last 2 years, I would say, after I've been in the business for 2.5 years. For me, it was 4.5 years altogether of being in the business, right? So it took me approximately 2.5 years to feel comfortable prospecting in front of my family. I really didn't give a damn about other agents around me, especially agents that are kind of on the same level, even when I started out. But somehow in front of the family, that was difficult because, they know one side of my personality, and it took me a while to really bring how I behave in terms of how natural I sound with people on the phone, right? To be my natural self and how I behave with the family.
Okay.
That was a progression. So I just wanted to get your experience. You've been in the business for a long time. Did you ever have that hang up?
You know, the way it's funny you bring that up because I get my family involved. I mean, if I'm not role playing with somebody, I sit down with my 11-year-old daughter and I do a listing presentation to her. I'm like, hey, thanks for having me over. I'm so excited on getting your home on the market and getting it sold. And we sit down, we have a tea party, and I'm listing her house. I'm listing the family home. And it's amazing. And I'm telling you, we're trading in cookies. So I'm going to take 5 cookies. No, Daddy, you can only have 3 cookies. To sell the house, it's going to take 3 cookies. No, I'm sorry, I can't do that. 5 cookies is what we usually do. So all we need to do is sign the contract. So we're negotiating commission through cookies.
Amazing. Well, thank you. That's great to know that that's what you do with your kids as well. So, a hallmark of a true professional as well. Guys, so there you have it. Ari, thank you very much for being so genuine in this quick interview. Guys, I hope we provided a lot of value to you. If you have any comments or additional questions that you would like to see answered on this channel, please post them below. If you like what we had to say, please click the like button or gently press it and subscribe, because this type of information is going to be coming out on a regular basis, more specifically every week. And I'll see you around. Ari, thank you again.
Thank you very much. And if you know of anybody thinking about buying or selling here in the Kawartha Lakes, it's Ari Zeider with the A to Z Group. Thank you.
Absolutely. And the link to your contact information is actually going to be provided below as well.
Fantastic. All right. That's great.
Okay. Cheers, my friend.
Take care.